Here we go, gang.
Factor into that at all.
Oh, I'm
either.
sure it does.
Good morning, everyone.
All of it.
It's Thursday, April 18th, 2019. Welcome to the Post Falls Urban Renewal Commission meeting. Director Fountain, would you please call the roll?
Baltzell.
Here.
Carstensen.
Here.
Crosby.
Here.
Clemenson.
Here.
Coles.
Here.
And Davis.
Here.
Horn has not yet arrived.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, would you join us in the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Carstensen? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I always want to say amen at the end of that.
Sound like Donna.
Yeah. Okay, again, welcome everyone, and we'll get right into the agenda this morning. Under number 2, ceremonies, appointments, and announcements. I'm not aware of any. Does anybody else have anything to bring to the good of the order? Okay, if not, we'll move on to conflict disclosure. Do any of the commissioners have any conflict with anything on the agenda this morning? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent calendar.
Thank
Director
you.
Fountain.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Item A in the consent calendar is the Commission meeting minutes of March 21st. Item B is the Commission workshop minutes of April 9th. Item C is the payables for this month totaling $6,573.06. Item D is the bank activity report, which shows total of all funds $3,938,883.01 and accrued interest for the month of $7,982.50. Item E is the financial reports as of March 31st, and you will see that the increment received worksheet, the obligation and carryover balances have been updated as of March 31st, and I have included the second quarter budget to actual report, which shows that we have only used 39% of our budget in the first 6 months. Your approval of the consent calendar will authorize the transfer of $7,982.50 accrued interest to the general fund and transfer to the Community First checking account $6,573.06 for the general payables. And I would answer any questions.
Okay, any questions from any of the commissioners? Okay, very straightforward report. Looks like we're doing well on the income and expense side, so that's good. Very good. Okay, that's an action item, so I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent calendar.
I'd second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Crosby.
Aye.
Carstensen.
Aye.
Baltzell.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Coles.
Aye.
Clemenson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to committee updates, finance and policy. Commissioner Crosby.
Finance Committee reviewed the financial report for March, which is included in the consent calendar items. As noted, we are planning a Finance Committee meeting in June to start establishing the budget for the next fiscal year.
Okay, thank you. District review, Commissioner Coles.
I have nothing this morning, Chairman.
Any comments on our meeting on Tuesday?
Yeah, it looks like we may be doing something soon, but it was a good meeting.
I thought it was a good meeting as well. And I think once we get that eligibility report in final form so we can look at it, then we can know if we're comfortable moving forward with that too. So, any other comments on that? Okay, if not, communication, property, and personnel, Commissioner Carstensen.
We have a meeting planned scheduled for May 21st, and then we will be looking at our stuff before the finance and policy meeting so that we can hopefully get our ducks in a row.
That would be nice.
That
Thank
would
you.
be, yes.
Okay, very good. Citizen comments. This section of the agenda is reserved for citizens wishing to address the commission regarding an agency-related issue. Comments related to future public hearings should be held for that public hearing. Persons wishing to speak will have 5 minutes. Does anyone in the audience have any desire to speak? Seeing none. Okay, unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business to address? Any new business to address? Staff report and updates, please.
Included in your packet this morning are the website statistics, which I'm starting to do on a quarterly basis. And as you can note from there, there were 24 hits on the new Post Falls Technology Park. I have put a link from their website on our website, and so, you know, there's some activity there, which is exciting to see. So I wanted to update you on that. And our video, there were 30, it's up 30 from last quarter. So that's, people are looking more at our website and researching what our Post Falls Urban Renewal is all about. So
One of the things that caught my eye was the number of foreign countries that appear to be accessing our website and soaking in all of the information that's so good there. But I was surprised. Beijing and in London and a number of places that makes you wonder, you know. But that's a good thing, and then really all over the country. So
No collusion, though, is there?
no collusion, no, or conspiracy.
I think the one that surprised me on that one, shouldn't have been surprised, but the number of hits from Seattle.
yeah,
There's as many hits from Seattle as there is from Coeur d'Alene. Now, hopefully, that's a good sign that they're looking.
yep, could be the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. And we're looking forward, I think, to, yes, go ahead.
One concern I had regarding the foreign hits on the website is, that may be for a nefarious purpose potentially. I'm just wondering, the safeguards in place through the internet service provider, the web hosting, is, I don't know if you can speak to that, Diane, off the top of your head, but if you could, if not, could you please ask them what their security procedures and protocols are in place? You know, I would hate for our website to unintentionally host some kind of unfortunate activity.
That's a really good point.
That is, I will contact Shelley from Zoll Media and ask her that. Sometimes it might be where they just type in PFURA and it comes up and it's not what they wanted. So it doesn't mean that they've actually gone through, the website and looked at everything.
One other thing is maybe on this analytical page, if they could maybe give a definition of things like the bounce rate and what qualifies, the listing of the cities and the number of users and whatnot. What qualifies a user to end up in that category? So, I mean, do they have to actually get on the page and start surfing around on the page?
Okay.
So,
I think if it's possible too, if they could identify the individual or company that is accessing, the agency that's accessing the site, if they have
Yeah,
a way of
I don't know if they
identifying
could do that.
Oh,
that.
They do give the bounce rate. The bounce rate was 55.5, and the duration of each session is 1 minute and 39 seconds, so it's pretty short.
Well,
Yeah.
in real time, that actually is quite a while when you think about the messages, when you get them on your cell phone, somebody leaves a message, 1 minute and 39 seconds is quite a long message.
What is the
I don't
bounce
know.
rate? I need explanation.
me too.
Can
What
you
is it?
comment on that?
I believe I went to this site, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, I backed out and went somewhere else.
Oh, I see. That would probably not take 1 minute and 39 seconds, though. Right.
no, and that's just an average of all the
Yeah, an
visits,
average of
so-
everything.
Sure. It sure would be a good thing to look at that a little bit closer
Okay.
and see what we can find out, just make sure that they're not using us as a link somewhere else or something. And I hate to be paranoid this day and age, but when you've got it out there, and it's rather unusual that we would be getting connections or at least some type of hits from overseas would be at least worth taking a look at.
Yeah, I think just ensuring the appropriate safeguards are in place would be
Right.
prudent.
Okay.
Right. Would you work with Eric on that, please? Eric, would you work with
Certainly.
Diane on looking at that information and then see whether it's anything of any value to report back to us that we could discuss? Yes, you have a comment or question?
Yeah, I just wanted to, let me step to the mic. Just as a comment, like,
Please identify yourself.
Bob Steele, Community Development Director, City of Post Falls. As a note, the cities that you mentioned overseas are cities that the Department of Commerce have gone to for trade shows in order to try and sell Idaho to companies within those countries. Just as a note. So
Okay.
that may be why you're seeing the foreign traffic on the website.
Okay,
So.
thank you very much. That'll show up when we do a little bit further and look at it. Thank you. Okay. Anything else on staff report and updates?
Well, Jamie and I received, Commissioner Davis and I received an update on the parking lot. The bids for curbing and sleeving will be received through tomorrow, and then it will go to City Council on May 7th. The paving will go out at a later date, and they figure that the parking lot would be completed 60 to 90 days after the start of the project. So it's looking,
Probably September.
yeah, hopefully
Which year?
sooner.
I didn't say which
But,
year.
but anyways, and we did get some temporary steps. The city did come over and build us some nice steps, and so
That
that's,
to replace the concrete blocks that were stacked up?
yes, and so that's a great addition over there, so.
Sure.
And then I just wanted to remind everybody again, and we'll hear it again next month, that Downtown for a Day will take place in the Landings on Saturday, May 18th, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So.
What is that event?
That event, they will have like storefronts down in the Landings, and so it'll just kind of be can you explain maybe more of what that'll be?
Sure.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, it's primarily put on by the Parks Department, but there are going to be storefronts kind of trying to mimic what a downtown looks like and feels like and stuff like that. And within each storefront will be various businesses or agencies, whoever wanted to be a partner or a sponsor in this program. I mean, the city's going to have a couple of booths there for different purposes. I don't know who else has been chosen to or has applied to do this. Parks Department would have that information. There should also be some food trucks and things like that trying to create that activity, and it'll be taking place in the Landings. So.
Does the city plan to send out specific information targeted to businesses and agencies or whatever?
Yes, I know. Well, they have reached out to a number of different businesses and agencies to do that. Yes.
Okay,
We've been promoting through the Chamber of Commerce as well. in our weekly
perfect,
events.
perfect, yeah, great.
And
Thank
the-
you.
The date for that again, please?
May 18th.
May 18th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Those are really fun to go to. I've been to one in Coeur d'Alene, and it was really fun. And well attended too, so maybe that'll bring some activity down to the Landings and downtown. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Any commissioner comments?
Chairman, just real quick, I have a brief comment.
Sure.
The only urban renewal bill to pass the legislature this year was HB 217. It doesn't really apply as far as we've never done any projects that it really addresses. It basically requires a public vote if any urban renewal funds or other public funds are used to fund 51% or more of a municipal building or a multi-purpose sports stadium complex. So, but that's the only one that made it through. It's something to be aware of.
Yeah, my understanding from talking with some legislators is that that was primarily aimed at Ada County and particularly Boise,
That's what I thought, yeah.
and I think Nampa. So
Right.
those two urban renewal agencies came under some fire for sports stadiums and for municipal buildings.
Yeah, that was kind of my belief, so it came from down south, so.
Okay, very good. All right, any other commissioner comments? All right, chairman comments. I don't think I have anything new to speak to, other than we did have that good meeting with the city on Tuesday, and the mayor and staff regarding the possibility of a new district Urban Renewal District. We're a ways off from getting there, but I think it was a good start for sure. And a lot of good energy put into it, so I appreciate that. And if you don't have any other comments, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and second. Any further questions? If not, voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We're adjourned.